Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something that's popped up online, Aldigrabs.com. Now, this site, it's making a pretty bold claim, a 750-pound Aldi gift card, supposedly partnered with Aldi just for doing some simple tasks online. Sounds tempting, right? But our mission here is to look at the sources, see what's really going on. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, that 750 pounds is definitely an attention grabber. And that's exactly why we need to look closely. We've gone through the material to figure out if this thing is legit or if it's just, putting your data at risk for nothing. It's about being cautious.
Okay, so let's start with the tech side, because right away, the first click throws up a major red flag. You go to aldigrabs.com to apply, but boom, it sends you somewhere else entirely, to aldkc.varel.app. That just doesn't feel right. A bit unprofessional, maybe.
Oh, it's more than just unprofessional. It's a known strategy, actually, redirecting like that. It's kind of a bait and switch. They use the plausible name, Aldigrabs, to pull you in, make it seem okay.
Yeah.
Then the actual forms, the data collection that happens on this other, probably cheaper, disposable domain, like that Varel.app one, it's often just a temporary site set up to grab info quickly before it gets flagged.
Right, right. And speaking of temporary, what about the website's age? Aldigrabs.com itself registered super recently, August 2025. That short lifespan, what does that usually signal?
Well, a brand new domain like that often points to what you might call a burner site. They don't put much effort or money in because they probably expect it to be taken down pretty fast once people start complaining. They're not aiming for a long-term thing, definitely not planning to pay out 750 pounds rewards. It's likely just there long enough to scrape up some user data. Then they move on.
Okay, so the technical setup is pretty shaky, designed to maybe slip under the radar. But how do they convince people to ignore these signs? It comes back to the offer itself, doesn't it? Getting 750 pounds just for filling out a form? I mean, that sounds, well, unrealistic.
Absolutely is. Totally unrealistic. Think about legitimate market research. Even if you spend hours in a focus group, you're maybe getting a couple 100 pounds, tops, usually
Yeah.
less. That 750-pound number, it's picked specifically to short-circuit your common sense, make you think maybe.
And they add pressure, too. Our sources point this out clearly, using phrases like, only 67 spots left today. Why only 67? If you're a big company running a real promotion, that number seems oddly specific and small.
Exactly. It's not about real scarcity. It's pure psychology. It's meant to create panic, make you rush, click submit before you stop and think, hang on, let me check that weird URL, or look for any fine print. It bypasses critical thinking.
And, okay, let's say you do rush in and then something goes wrong. Maybe you don't get the confirmation or you have questions. Where do you go?
This brings us to another huge gap, support, or rather, the lack of it. The sources are clear. There's no contact page, no email address listed, no phone number, definitely no live chat, nothing.
Yeah, zero support. For a supposed promotion involving a major brand and that kind of money. Unheard of. A real company, especially working with Aldi, would absolutely have clear ways for you to get in touch.
And this lack of sort of backup extends to their proof, too. The site has testimonials from
It does, but they look, well, suspicious, very generic. Sarah M. received 750 pounds in 5 days.
Yeah.
Things like that. But there are no full names, no pictures, no actual proof. They just feel like placeholders. Just enough to maybe look convincing if you're scrolling quickly on your phone, maybe.
Right. And the final piece here, the external view. We checked, and the sources confirm this looking beyond the site itself. There's nothing, absolutely zero real discussion about Aldigrabs.com. No genuine reviews on places like Trustpilot or Reddit. Just silence. Total silence where you'd expect some chatter if it were real. So putting it all together, the dodgy redirect, the new domain, the frankly unbelievable payout, the pressure tactics, no support, fake-looking reviews, and zero outside proof. The conclusion seems pretty clear, doesn't it?
It really does. It points strongly towards this site being highly unreliable, probably unsafe.
Definitely unsafe. All the sources basically scream caution. Don't give them your personal information. Don't expect to actually make money from this. It's just not worth the risk.
So that leads us to our final thought for you today. These kinds of scams, they rely heavily on creating that sense of panic, that urgency, like the 67 spots left trick. So the question is, when you see an online offer that feels time-sensitive, pushing you to act now, no matter how good the reward looks, what's the one critical thinking step you should always take before you click? Something to think about. Stay safe out there.